Hello, Fable here. Yes, my hair is blowing because I'm right in front of my fan because I'm upstairs in my bedroom. Hot. Temperature is rising, folks. Second post today, second video. I want to talk about things that really irk me. Like when you text someone and they don't answer. They never answer. You can text them again or you'll see them. Oh, I forgot to answer you. But they text you and you don't answer within, I don't know, an hour. They text you again. Then the next text, are you okay? Really? First of all, I have a job. I work during the day. At night, I'll be honest, put my phone down and try not to be glued to it. So I don't get that whole like, are you okay? When they're not quick to answer you. And when I said, I was charging my phone, or I was like, and well, you always answer so quick. Yeah, well, maybe not so much anymore if you're not gonna. And the other thing is trust. When trust is broken, one thing so hard to get back. Whether it's in a relationship, any kind of a relationship, friendship, family relationship, anything. When somebody breaks your trust, it's just so difficult to get that back. I mean, you have to a point, if it's, say, lifelong friend. I don't know, some people might say, no, you don't. Lifelong friend, I mean, it'll take time for you to trust them again, but you will. I think if it's a marriage, well, I don't know. That's something that, how do you get back if your trust is broken in your marriage? Or even a long-term relationship, a short-term relationship. Depends on how the trust was broken, I guess. Like for me anyway. I'm not, for everyone else, it might be different. For me, and to me, trust that's broken is when I tell someone something in confidence and then you don't hear it from that person. You hear it from someone that's like 3 times removed from that person. And you're like, whoa. You don't trust that person to tell them something again. And even trust as far as if you say, well, I'm upset that they, say for instance, some guy that you met or whatever you've been seeing, you're like, I'm really upset with him. I haven't heard from him a couple of days. And then he's just like, hey girl, what's going on? And you're like, really? We're in a relationship, and you go missing for 2 days. And it's not like they have to answer to somebody, but like, hey, I'm still alive. Hey, I'm going to have a busy next couple of days, or hey, you're going away with your kids? That's fine. Just say, hey, I'm going away with my kids. I have no problem with that. Go. You're not in touch. That's fine. But like, then when you're getting off track here, but when you're telling someone, like, I'm really upset with it, and, no, just be done with him, tell him, blah, 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 blah. Even if it's a friend and you're telling another friend, listen, I don't know what to do. No, just tell them. And you're like, no, like, I'm not asking you to tell me what to do or what to say. I'm venting. And to me, that's like you're trusting them with this information. And maybe they'd say, hey, listen, if you really like him, or you've been friends for a really long time, but you know what? Me, I don't need a friend like that. That's like, I get that. That's fine. But to be, no. And then say, well, I was going to, no, you don't even need to say that. No. If, don't cut me off. Listen to me. Listen to what I'm going to say and say, well, maybe I wouldn't say it like that. I would maybe rephrase it, or, you know what? I'd leave that part out. Don't come at me so strong. And I'm a person, like I said, don't like confrontation. I am learning how to speak up for myself more. So, that doesn't sound like a trust thing to me, but it does. I'm entrusting you to listen to me. And over and over again, you're not listening to me. I want you to listen. And I'm not asking for an opinion. But like I said, you say, hey, if it was me, or maybe you don't want to say it that way, or that information really isn't needed. Maybe you want to leave that out. Maybe you want to leave that. Maybe you want to do this. Maybe not. No, just say, I don't like that. So many people in my life have done that to me. And I don't know how, in that respect, to stand up for myself and say, hey, in a nice way. I'm not going to say, hey, say, you know what? I'm really not. I could say it now, but to them in the moment, I just, it's kind of like you've got mail when, he has all these witty comebacks and she doesn't. And then she finally has one when she has the rose and she's waiting for, Tom Hanks' character, which she doesn't know is Tom Hanks' character. And she's like, oh, and she realizes she just said what she wants to say in the moment. And she kind of does regret it. And that's what I don't want. I don't want to regret it. So that's one thing. And when someone, like I said, if you confide in someone something, and then, they tell another, and then it gets back to you like third hand, it's like, really? Like I said, I was confiding in you. I it's not to be broadcasted. So I don't know. The other thing is, like I said, ghosting. When someone ghosts you. And I had a friend ghost me. Totally ghost me. And it was at a time when my mother died. I was there for him as a friend. He was at my house all the time, going through so much, and even sometimes sleeping on my couch. And I was there for him. And then I text him that my mom dies. That she died. He knew she was dying. And he calls me. And I text him. I said, I can't talk. I'm at the funeral parlor. I just want, by the time he got back to me. And I was like, I'll, text you or call me tomorrow. Nothing from him. Does not pay his respects. Doesn't say, I'm sorry. Then texts me a while later and says, do you know how much you hurt me? I hurt you? My mother died. I've been there for you through all your craziness. And my friends even said, I don't know how you put up with them. I'm a person, listen, I have a good heart. And he needed somebody. And kind of at the time, I didn't have a romantic interest. And he did make me laugh a lot. I will give him that. He was kind of a character. And it was like my plus one. But then to do that to me, no. I didn't even answer him. didn't even answer him when he said, you know how much you hurt me, and I've been waiting for you to say you're sorry. For what? Because I didn't pick up the phone when I was at the funeral parlor making my mother's funeral arrangements? Are you kidding me, dude? So, that. So, like, in my opinion, he ghosted me as a friend. I mean, we're talking, it was almost a year later. Maybe even over a year after my mom passed. So, I don't know. I mean, maybe COVID hit. He was sitting home bored and thought, I can go hang out at her house. She'll trust me during COVID. No. Until you apologize, you know, so people look at things differently. So maybe I'm looking at differently. I don't know. Maybe people might think I'm wrong. I don't know. But when you talk to someone online, exchange, emails back and forth, and then nothing. Or talking through emails. Can I have your number? Calls you. You talk on the phone, have a great conversation. Maybe a couple-hour conversation. Then, okay, we'll get, can we meet? Maybe this weekend. Okay. Friday. You know what? Saturday's not going to work for me. Maybe Sunday will. I'll let you know. Nope. Never heard. Never heard again. So, I don't get it. Just say something, anything. Listen, I was talking to you and talking to someone else. That's what I was doing Saturday. I was meeting her, and we clicked and we hit it off. So, I apologize. We're not, I want to see where it goes with her. Great. At least you gave me an explanation. I mean, one guy, funny story, he wanted to take me to dinner. And said, no. We met for a walk and coffee. Great time. I don't know. I didn't get the sense he was like, I'm kind of bubbly. I didn't get the sense he had like that kind of a personality that I would click with. But there was something. I mean, we walked and talked for over 2 hours in the heat, and he was sweating. He was doing a little complaining. And then he made dinner, as soon as, text me when you get home. I said, okay. Text him. Okay, so what is your schedule? Look, let me know what your schedule is this week. I want to take you to dinner. I said, okay. I said, you know what? These are nights work. He said, you know what? Thursday works for me. Okay, Thursday works for you. Thursday works for me. Okay. He's like, great. I had a wonderful time. I'm looking forward to dinner. Can't wait. Okay. Awesome. Sunday, that was Saturday. Sunday, nothing. Monday, nothing. Tuesday, nothing. Wednesday, nothing. Thursday, 3:00. Now he said 6:00 should work for him for dinner. So I'm thinking, ghosted. He texts me 3:00. I'm sorry, we're going to have to reschedule. I have a work thing tonight. I said, I didn't know we were still on. So no worries. Okay, let me know when you'd like to reschedule for. Okay, I will. Never heard from him again. Calls my office. Turns out he's a realtor. Calls my office. I knew his voice. It was so distinct. And I told my boss, I'm like, and she's like, oh, I don't think he's your personality. I said, no, I didn't either. But some people put it as, that's 2 hours I'll never get back. No, it was a great conversation. It was really wonderful. And this one guy, we were talking on the phone on a Saturday night. He's like, hey, what are you doing? And I was like, I'm just chilling tonight. Went out last night. Bye. But I said, I'm tired, just relaxing, chilling. So we talked on the phone. And then we got into conversation. He said, I smoke, right? I was like, no, I don't think it said you smoked. And he says, not cigarettes. I was like, oh. He's like, yeah, I'm like a daily smoker. Like cigarettes, I smoke pot. And this was before it was legal. And I was like, no, that's a big no. Even smoking, any kind of smoking is, I mean, you're an occasional pot smoker. I mean, now it's legal, so just about everybody's doing it. I personally, not into smoke, any kind of smoking. So, and he said, oh, I'm so sorry I wasted your time. And I said, no, you didn't waste your time. I was like, what were you doing tonight? He's like, nothing. I go, no. So I said, so we had a great conversation. We talked about so much and gave us, filled our time tonight. So, I mean, I had another guy saying, like 6:00. I mean, we were exchanging emails back and forth through the site since Friday night. And then Saturday night around 6:00, he's like, well, what are you doing tonight? And I said, oh, well, I was supposed to go out with friends, but I'm kind of tired. He's like, hey, I'm not doing anything. I don't have my son. You're not doing anything. You want to meet for coffee? Sure. We met for coffee. He says, how about making an hour? I was like, thank God. Jumped in the shower, did my hair, makeup, everything, met him. We went to brunch the next day. Great time. Great conversation. He even goes, would you like a piece of my bacon? And I was like, oh, that's okay. He's like, no, really. And he goes, yeah. I go, oh, thank you. He goes, I only share my bacon with special people. Okay. Again, great conversation. We came out from the diner. Tire's low. He's like, that tire's low. He's like, I'm going to follow you to the gas station. I want to check all your tires. Sweetheart. Great gentleman. So he said, okay. He said, this, during the week, I told you it was tough. He worked in the city. So I said, okay, yeah, that's fine. And of course, pre-COVID. And he said, then I'm going, I have my son next weekend. But I'll reach out to you, I can chat or whatever. I said, oh, okay. Never heard again. Nothing. And then there's the ones that you're talking to them, you even talked to them on the phone, you met them, and nothing. And then a month later, hey, how you doing? How's it? Yeah. You met someone else or were talking to someone else that you thought was better than me. That's what happened there. So, again, I look at these as learning experiences, and it teaches you for the next time and the next time. And I don't know. It's exhausting, though. It is so exhausting. I hate it. I hate online dating. I really do. But I don't really... Do I want to meet someone in a bar? No, that means they're spending all their time in a bar, sitting on a bar stool, drinking. I'm not a drinker, so that doesn't appeal to me. I mean, maybe if I meet someone, I go to hear a band, and they're like, oh, I usually don't come out. I'm not a bar. You start to, maybe. But that's rare, because look around, people. It's all couples. It's all couples in the bars now. No singles. That's not where people meet. Grocery store? Nope. I almost probably got punched out because this guy, all the aisles, he's like, oh, do you know about this? And we're up there. We see again. And then I needed something. It was up top. I was like, oh, do you think you could get that for me? And it was a cereal one of my kids wanted. It was on sale. So he did. And I was like, and I almost asked him for his phone number. And what do I hear? Hey, dear, what are you doing? I was like, oh, guess you gotta go. Good thing I didn't ask for his number. If she wouldn't have said, hey, dear, and she would have just pulled her car, his back was to her. I was facing her. And if I would have said, hey, we keep running into each other, whatever, maybe we should get coffee sometime. That's what I was going to say. And if she heard me say that, she'd be like, hey, he's taken. He's my husband. I mean, he didn't have a wedding ring. So I didn't know. So where do you meet someone? Where do you meet someone that's not crazy? Where do you meet someone? I don't want someone 24/7. I want someone to go out with once in a while. During the week, usually not. I mean, maybe once during the week. eventually, but on the weekends, even just one day on the weekend to go out. So other than online, where are you supposed to meet someone? It's not easy today. It really isn't. I mean, the weirdos that I have met, and I've met some really nice people too. I've met some that I've formed friendships with. We just didn't click, romantically. Felt like I was with my best friend, and then we wound up being friends. So, I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know. I don't like the games. I don't like the guys that are looking for a place to live. Oh, you got your own place? Yeah. No. Ones that are living with someone and they don't want to get rid of her or him. I've heard some stories, my friends, like I said, guy friends that are on dating sites too. And until they have someone else lined up. So, I don't know. Or there's the married ones. Well, we're married, but not married. Does she know you're on a dating site? Well, then you're married. Hey, for some people, it works. You do your thing, I'll do my thing. Separate bedrooms. They go their own way. They do their own thing. That works for you, fine. But that's not for me. I can't do it. I can't. It's just so mentally draining. It really is. And then I hear the guys. Oh, excuse me. This cough tells me I've been talking too long. So I hear the guys. Oh, what are you looking for? And I tell them, I'm looking for something, start out slow, take it one day at a time, but hopefully leads to a long-term relationship. Yeah. Meanwhile, he's seeing like 2 or 3 other women. Or he's seeing if there's something better on the site. My friend gave me a quote. If you're with your number 1 and you meet a number 2, get rid of number 1 and go with number 2, because if you really love number 1, there wouldn't be a number 2. Kind of makes sense. So, I don't know. It just, like I said, mentally draining. I don't have the energy for it. I don't want someone up my butt 24/7. I don't want someone plopping themselves at my place. I don't want them moving in. I want my own place. They have their own place. Let's go to dinner. Let's go to a movie. Let's go hear a band. Once a week at first. See what happens. We can talk every night if you want to on the phone, or every other night, every couple of nights. We don't have to talk every day. But it's either some guys want, I want someone that wants to spend time with me, but I do, but slowly build on a relationship. So I'm going to get off my soapbox here because my nose is just, I feel it in my head. So, but just trust, hard. Once you break someone's trust, think about that. Once you break it, hard to get it back. And don't ghost someone. Be an adult. Tell them why. And gosh, at this point, can't remember the third one. So, everybody be well. I'm in my room. I'm ready for bed. It's only 9:08, and I'm ready for bed tonight. So, my bosses came back from vacation after almost 4 weeks, so I did a lot of running around today, and when I've had kind of chill several weeks. So, everybody be well. Again, make little changes. Lead to big changes. one foot in front of the other. Before you know, you're walking miles. So this journey is about growing, learning. So again, if you like the video, like it. If you like any of my videos, please like them, share them. If you don't, hey, I don't want you to like them if you don't like them. But if you do and you want to share them, please do. Okay? I'm going to say goodnight, signing off for now. Fable.